Certain films are so close to being good, so close to achieving a rare level of brilliance, your anger springs from said work not reaching those heights. Gran Turismo, a crowd-pleasing genre-bending sports drama, approaches wonder with an odd tepidness. It maneuvers around any modicum of character development by taking all too simple routes and swerves away from formal experimentation, opting instead for simple enjoyment. Gran Turismo isn't a piece of fiction, unlike other game adaptations such as the forgettable Need for Speed. In fact, the film's primary character explains how it's not a game in the first place, but a racing simulator. Adding to the surprise, the film is actually a biographical of Jan Mardenborough, a teenage Gran Turismo player who went on to become a professional race car driver. Despite being probably the most grounded film to ever carry a video game title, it follows the biopic template. So much so that it ends up being painfully predictable. The South African-born director Neil Blomkamp's filmography might be limited, but it's packed with fascinating stories, like District 9, Chappie, and Elysium, that often deal with his commentary on xenophobia and social segregation, shrouded under the pretext of being dystopian futures. For those following his work, Gran Turismo is a peculiar entry, and given the theme, it's also his least political film. But he almost makes up for it in the race sequences, which is where the film puts the pedal to the metal. The filmmaker, who is known for his handheld, documentary-style visuals, opts for a much more sophisticated approach this time, resulting in some fantastic visuals. His language of seamlessly blending visual effects into the most crucial sequences works wonders, leading to some of the best racing sequences in recent times. While Archie Madekwe pulls off the lead role of Jan quite decently, it's the supporting actors who steal the show. David Harbour's Jack Salter, as an ex-racer who is now Jan's trainer, and Orlando Bloom's Danny Moore, a marketing executive at Nissan, the brain behind the GT Academy, are the engine and moving parts of Gran Turismo. Bloom and Harbour bring in much-needed gravitas with their performances, but the same can't be said about the other characters that are one too many. We also have the sidelined parents in the form of actors Jimun Houn So and Jerry Horner, who are underutilized and an unnecessary romance that leads nowhere. Gran Turismo doesn't really kick into gear until Mardenborough moves past the academy to real racing, where he competes against teams hostile to simulator racers. It's difficult not to hear characters say that sim drivers will never replace real drivers without thinking about the real-life struggle SAG-AFTRA and WGA face against AI, even if Mardenborough is a real person. Blomkamp portrays people like Mardenborough as plucky outsiders, not unlike the bobsledders in Cool Runnings. The film's use of common sports movie tropes unexpectedly aligning with real-world concerns makes for uneasy tension. However, Neil Blomkamp's brand biopic takes several artistic wrong turns, prioritizing individual logo-splattered frames without assembling them into something emotionally coherent or visually complete. Each ill-fitting series of images is geared more towards selling you on the idea of Mardenborough as an aspirational figure who made his gaming dreams a reality, rather than portraying Mardenborough the human being, whose rigorous, deftly acted sporting drama the film awkwardly squishes into its final half hour. For a movie that runs for 2 hours and 15 minutes, starting and stopping awkwardly along the way, that may as well be an eternity. And despite sharing its name with a racing game, Gran Turismo is a film set entirely in the real world, with only a handful of expressionistic flourishes. It turns out that drama steeped in realism is a turn too sharp for Blomkamp, and with Gran Turismo, he fails to clear it once more. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Gran Turismo. If you agreed with our take or think we missed something, please let us know in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on our future movie reviews and discussions.